Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. It's your boy Wayne, and today this is a different type of video. This is a new segment on my channel called Track by Track. This is just where I go over some of the newest singles that have come out within the past week or two, and I kind of give my brief opinion on them. Some videos will have a long list, some videos we won't. It just depends on when I get to them and how busy the music industry has been. So without further ado, let's just get right into it. The first track we're going to be talking about is Intro by DaBaby. First things first, I just want to say that DaBaby continues to surprise me with his versatility on the type of instrumentals he raps over. I really find it interesting how he uses the same flow on a lot of instrumentals, but it just kind of works. It's almost like he found a universal way of rapping. One of my favorite features by DaBaby had to be when he was on Under the Sun on Revenge of the Dreamers 3 with J. Cole and Loot. I'm gonna hate myself for not knowing what that guy's name is. I think DaBaby has a lot of potential and a great rap ability, and he obviously knows how to write a song with catchy hooks, flows, and things of that nature, and I think he's really good over multiple instrumentals, so he's very versatile. Now, I do think that if he continues to use the same flow and not expand outside of what he's already done on this next project that he's gearing up to release, then I do think he'd get a bit stale and boring, but until it gets there, I can't really say that I'm hating it so far. Now, this track is interesting because DaBaby kind of comes at this track with more of a reflective mindset from where he was and where he is now, talking about some of the tragedies that happened around the time that he blew up, with things that happened to his father and things that happened to his mother, you know, just kind of talking about some of the hardships that he's been through even while he's garnered this type of success, really. And I find that really unfortunate. It's really unfortunate how life is really funny that way, where you finally catch that break, but other things are happening, so it's kind of hard for you to appreciate those things in the moment. And I feel like he has that type of feeling when he was rapping on this track. But as far as technical ability, the flows are really nice. I really like the instrumental that he chose, and I'm really excited for what DaBaby has for us in the future, whether it's a full-length album or an EP or just some more singles. I'm ready for it. Give me some more features. I'm down. So I'm definitely going to give this track a thumbs up. Definitely. Now, the next song on the list is Grizzley's Satish. I don't know how to say that title. Now, first things first, I do want to talk about the concept of the track. Unfortunately, Grizzley did lose his aunt, and he comes at this with a very angry and regretful and a very sad tone of voice at the very beginning. And then it goes into this very, I don't know, it's very eerie how he went about this song, because he kind of talks about how if he ever met the person, he would kill them. And most people would feel that way, but he kind of really brings it home with the verses that he spits on this thing, going into great detail about the things that he would do to that person had he been there, or if he runs into that person who did what he did to his aunt. Not only that, but he also talks about keeping his ear to the streets and kind of waiting to hear a name so he could figure out who it is and kind of go get them himself, saying he would do it himself and risk going to jail, saying it would be worth it. And that's a really honest train of thought, because I feel like a lot of people would feel that way, especially if you had that type of environment around you. I mean, go get them. Now, I don't think violence solves anything. I don't think it changes anything, but I can understand why Grizzley would feel the way he feels. Now, as far as the song itself, I probably won't be listening to it very often. I do like the beat. It comes in with these very like ballad-esque piano riff, with Grizzley kind of rap singing around it, and the hook is him singing as well. But when it gets into the verses, I could say I kind of started to like the song a lot. But the song as a whole, I'm not really fucking with it like that. I probably won't come back to it. So I'm gonna say this song, it gets a pass for me. It's a pass. So it's mid. Yeah, I think it's very mid, but this ending up on an album would probably make more sense. But yeah, I mean, I don't blame Grizzley for feeling the way he feels and releasing the track, because you kind of want to put it out there in the open for your fans to hear and for everybody to hear your mindset and where you're at the moment, you know, kind of like an update song. So I fuck with it. Next song, it's gonna be GangStarr Family and Loyalty featuring J. Cole. Now, GangStarr, I believe, is Guru, and this track is fucking amazing. From the flows to the J. Cole feature to DJ Premier doing the instrumental, like everything just sounds authentic all over this thing. It sounds like the 90s, but it still sounds polished enough to be played in 2019 and nobody bat an eye at it. I think Guru definitely heard J. Cole's verse went back in and did a second verse on this thing and really went in on it. I really fuck with his flow. It was really reminiscent of a real old school type of way going at a verse, but J. Cole kind of uses that new school like triplet flow on this thing, and I really fuck with it. I like the contrast between the two, and the energy really picks up after J. Cole's verse comes on, and it does not stop after that. GangStarr comes back on with another verse, and it's just dope, man. It's just dope. Also, DJ Premier, this instrumental was great. It was dope. I like the way that they kind of mixed in those scratches, and you know, obviously DJ Premier is known for that, but it just sounded good, man. I fuck with it. So this is definitely a thumbs up for me. Definitely one of my favorite songs on this list. Next song is Mood Swings by A Boogie with the Hoodie, and I'm not fucking with this song at all. No, I like the instrumental. Weezy out of it, but as far as like the lyrical content, what is this? She used to be my bestie. I never knew she was nasty. Are you trying? But I will say the one thing I do like about this is the way that A Boogie with the Hoodie, even though I don't always agree with the subject matter and the way he approaches songs, the flows are usually on point, and he's able to keep momentum along with the instrumental, so it gets entertaining at certain parts of this song, but the song's too short for it to even develop into anything that I could really go back to be honest. So I don't have too much to say. This is a big no for me, so a thumbs down. Next song is going to be Suicide Doors by French Montana featuring Gunna, and I'm gonna be honest, this is a big no, 2 thumbs down like Dave Chappelle would say. This thing is bad. From Gunna's verse, which was very lackluster. There was no energy in that whatsoever. Even in the video, Gunna seemed like he didn't want to be there. French Montana's hook was not catchy at all. It was not good. On the verses, I could not understand anything French Montana was saying. I don't know if he needs a speech coach or something. I don't know what's going on with that man, but I shouldn't be surprised. He did make the song Lockjaw with Kodak Black, so maybe he had a little bit of lockjaw going on. So yeah, 2 thumbs down, not good. Next song's gonna be Camelot by NLE Choppa. I'm gonna be honest, this is my first NLE Choppa song that I've ever listened to. It probably won't be my last though. I'm gonna be honest, I don't really like the song that much. I'm just gonna say it right out front. I do not like this song, but I watched it with the video, and I now understand why people like Choppa. He has that same Block Boy JB energy. He's very outlandish. He's very animated with his motions. He's very animated in his music, and the instrumentals are pretty bouncy themselves. So I can see why somebody would get into Choppa and why somebody would invest their time into that type of music. Me personally, I don't see much replay value in it. But I like the personality that he's presenting, even though I don't necessarily like the gun bars and everything like that. But you know, I fuck with the persona he's putting on here. It's pretty dope. So this is gonna be a thumbs down for me, but I'm not mad at it. So yeah. Next song is gonna be ADHD by Juice WRLD. I mean, Joyner Lucas. I don't know what the hell Joyner Lucas was doing when he wrote this song in the studio, but this is bad. This is just bad. From the very mainstream, typical run-of-the-mill instrumental, and the vocals were terrible, and this thing sounded like a carbon copy of Juice WRLD on here, and yeah, the auto-tune, the effects on his voice, the inflection that he went with when he was singing, it's all bad. Now, I do want to say, if you look at Joyner's discography, you'll see that he makes a lot of songs like this. And a lot of people kind of call him corny and call him trash because he makes songs like this. And it's never about the subject matter. It's about his approach. And I think making a song about ADHD and then singing like Juice WRLD over this type of instrumental, it just doesn't work. It doesn't mesh very well. I feel like if you're going to tackle these subjects, kind of take it more seriously. I think take it more seriously for sure. Go about it in a different way. I don't think anybody has a problem with a rapper talking about mental illnesses or about using your cell phone when you're driving. It's just the approach. It's kind of elementary, bro. I don't know. He's undeniably a elite rapper, but the music just does not. It doesn't do him any favors. I hope Joyner gets it together because I want Joyner to be one of the elite rappers. I want him to be in the list of rappers that we say are the greatest of our generation. But man, you just gotta make good music. So this is a big no for me. Thumbs down. I'm not gonna give it 2 thumbs down because that's a little harsh. The next song is gonna be Verified by Jacquees featuring Young Thug and Gunna. Right? It's Gunna on this thing? Yep, it's Gunna. Okay, cool. I actually like this song a lot. Like a lot. From the instrumental, which is this very soothing guitar riff that's in the background, just kind of chill. It repeats itself over and over again throughout the whole track. And the bass that kind of stutters every like 4 bars, it kind of adds character to the instrumental and gives you something else to listen to. Kind of works as like ear candy for the track. And Jacquees sounded great over this thing. Sounded great. I like the harmonizing. I like the vocals that he put on here. The subject matter is not anything too crazy. You know, it's just typical love song about a girl and how she, you know, wants verification from him, basically, is what the song's about. Or it might be about his status. I'm gonna be honest, I don't really give a fuck about what the subject matter is on this song. I just like the way it sounds. Young Thug also sounded good. He had the first verse on this thing, which I thought was very interesting as far as sequencing your songs goes. But Young Thug sounded great on here. Honestly, I do not remember Gunna even saying a word on this thing. I think if he did, he just sounded like it was Young Thug. So it just blended in on this track, to be completely honest. But I'm glad he kind of didn't stick out because Gunna has not been my cup of tea lately. I'm gonna be honest. But yeah, don't sleep on this track. Jacquees did his thing. I think it's a really dope single. I think a lot of people are gonna sleep on it because Jacquees kind of became a meme within the last year with the whole King of R&B thing. And he made a mistake of singing live in an interview where he was not ready to sing. So why the fuck did you do that, Jacquees? This song gets a thumbs up from me, definitely in my playlist, and it's definitely gonna be on repeat. So last but not least, On Sight by Free Nationals featuring Jid and some other names that I do not know how to pronounce. I'm gonna be honest, I fuck with it just because I could hear Anderson .Paak over this thing. I like the vibe that Free Nationals is presenting. We're not foreign to this because they do work very closely with Anderson .Paak. So it's very similar to something you would hear off of Malibu, but I don't want to continue to put them in a box and say that they can't work with other artists because Jid sounded really great over this thing. I like the female vocalist that was over the hook, and it all sounded very smooth. I really like the instrumental. The bass was nice, and I like the bells that played throughout this thing. It kind of tingles your ear a bit. I'm definitely looking forward to the album that Free Nationals has in store for us because they are working up to that. They are on their run now, so I'm curious to see what direction they go in. Obviously, I'm assuming from this track they're going to continue to go in the jazz funk influenced style of music, but who knows, maybe they'll surprise us and do some other shit. But I wouldn't be mad regardless if they just continue to go down this route because I like when Anderson .Paak does it, so I'm definitely gonna like when Free Nationals does it. So that's all the tracks that are on the list for this week. I'm gonna try and do this every week to 2 weeks, like I said. Comment down below, let me know what you think, if you liked any of the songs or disliked any of the songs. Let's start a conversation and let's talk about some of the music. Leave a like if you enjoyed the video. It helps me get into the recommended page and helps me get more subscribers. And speaking of subscribers, if this is your first time watching a video, subscribe. I try to release videos on a regular basis, at least once a week, so you'll definitely have a lot of content coming from me very soon, and a lot of changes are coming to the YouTube channel. We're gonna try and upload some different types of content that is based around music, so more than just reaction videos. It's gonna be videos like this. I have another series coming very soon that is kind of similar to this one, but it's more album based. But yeah, I just kind of want to post a little bit more and be more interactive with you guys. So I am going to be creating a Discord very soon. That link will not be in the description just yet. I'm still working on it, so that you guys can leave your suggestions in the Discord for any reactions that you want me to do throughout the week. I kind of want to make it a thing to where you guys put suggestions into the Discord, and I'll do at least one of those on a weekly basis so that you guys are involved in the process of the videos that come up on this channel. So if you guys enjoy that idea, definitely leave a comment below with that as well. I'd love to hear what you think about that. So that's gonna be it for the video, guys. It's your boy Wayne. It's been real. Peace.